So today we are going to meditate. Um, meditation. Meditation is something with doing with mind. So everything we are doing with mind actually. So meditation especially focus directing mind into something continuously. Keep mind focusing on it, aware on it, the fully aware on it. So there's the many qualities in the mind. The one quality of those mind is called sati. In Pali, sati. Sati is a mindfulness, awareness. That's one of quality of the mind we can develop. The sati, mindfulness, awareness like a greed, like a hate, like anger, um, like lust, envy, pride, whatever those all qualities in the mind, the mindfulness is also the one good quality of the mind we should develop, cultivate in mind. The developing this kind of a factor, mind factor, is very beneficial. These factors is leading us to understand the profound things, the reality of of the nature. This mindfulness factor is developing high stillness, calmness, peacefulness, pureness of the mind. So that pureness of the mind and stillness, firmness, stableness, stability of peace and calm, the leading and helping us to realize the profound things, to comprehend the profound things, the reality. So this mindfulness factor is exactly helping to awakening, enlightenment. Even day-to-day life, whatever we do, and this mindfulness factor helps us to do it clearly and perfectly. Um, and this mindfulness factor helps in many ways. So let's try to practice to be mindful on our breath, to following breath. Just meditate to develop this mindfulness awareness on breath. So you may gently close your eyes and keep right hand top of the left hand and sit down comfortably. Use your buttock, sit down and let your all heaviness onto it and keep your legs relaxed. So, and your back is straight, and then take deep breath and slowly let go and relax. Keep in deep breath and release. Your tension is fresh and relax. So focus your top of the head and relax your head. and your face. Relax your face and keep a smile on the face, and drop your shoulders and relax them, and relax your arms and chest and stomach. Now you are slowly focusing into yourself, and relax your legs and feet. Now you see you are sitting quietly and in relax. So then bring your attention right close to the nose, right in front of the nose. And then breathe in mindfully and breathe out. And you may intentionally breathe in and breathe out for a while. Now you may follow your natural breath, and please follow this instruction, the very first 4 steps of mindfulness and breath. It's very important to practice gradually these steps to develop awareness and mindfulness. So follow your natural breath and notice and be aware. In the in-breath and out-breath is long, and you simply notice long in-breath and long out-breath. And make sure to keep your attention always close to nose. And watch move breath back and forth, and simply notice long breath, long in breath and short in breath. If it is long, and you notice long breath. If it is short, and you notice short breath. when your mind run away, and bring it back into close to your nose and keep watching and notice. Inhale and exhale, it is short or long. This is the easy way, easy steps to do, and simply recognize the breath, short or long. And the attention close to nose and breath move back and forth, and you keep following and noticing the breath. So now you simply relax into your breath. Now we go into a little bit deep awareness on breath, and we're going to observe whole breath from the beginning to end of inhale and exhale. And you notice the beginning and you observe it along to the end. And you noticing beginning of the out breath along to the end. And by keeping close attention close to nose and observe whole in and out breath, then relax into it. So now we are going to enjoy the relaxation of the breath. So now you're going to have a good time with your breathing practice. And breath is quiet, relaxed and calm. Now you feel it and enjoy it. So you relax in your breath and you enjoying it. It is relaxed and calm and peaceful. So you are much aware and mindful. So then enjoy this relaxation, a wonderful peacefulness of the breath. Pay your fully attention onto breath and feel the peace. Give your priority onto this calmness, peacefulness. Enjoy it, then your mind is going to enjoy this peace and feel breath very well. Now in breath is peaceful, out breath is peaceful. No trouble, no pain, no worries, no sad, just only peace. This is pure, calm and relaxed. Then when in-breath happens and you feel peaceful. When out-breath happens, that out-breath is peaceful. And you make it relax and relax. Keep a smile on your face and enjoy relaxation and peacefulness of your breath. So in the beginning, you notice the long and short of the breath, and second, you observe whole breath. Now you enjoying the relaxation of the breath and peacefulness, and still following your natural breath, and pay attention close to, keep your attention close to nose, right in front of the nose. And when in-breath happen and you feel it is peaceful, it is relaxing. When out-breath happen, it is peaceful and relaxing. Then let the joy arise and happiness arise because of this peacefulness, relaxation. Then keep enjoying peacefulness of your breath. The next step of the breathing practice, mindfulness and breath, is experiencing and enjoy joyfulness. It is joyful because the calmness and relaxation of the breath and mind. Because you focus in breath, follow in breath, and mindful and aware on breath. So mind relax and you feel happy. So train to relax your inhale and exhale. So when in-breath happens, and you feel it is relaxed and short and kind of subtle, and you make it relax. When out-breath happens, and if you feel it, it is short and notice, and you relax it. And you make the breath calm and relax. Okay? So keep your palms together and say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, so take a 2-minute break, 2 minutes break, and then we're going to learn the, stretch out, stretch out. And rub palms together and warm your face and rub your legs. Massage your legs. So you guys can watch these videos on YouTube. This program on YouTube. Hmm? Yeah, this is the water. Can you? Yeah. Mm-hmm. What happened, Brandon? Mm-hmm. I see.
I saw on your website that you have a retreat in September.
Mm.
I was wondering if I could get more details about it. Is it here?
So, did you receive my email about the Katina ceremony? So, please read it. If you would you like to join and be a part of that Katina ceremony. Um, this Katina ceremony is the one of the highest ceremony in Theravada Buddhist tradition. There's the good blessings, meritorious karma according to the Theravada tradition. Even this ceremony is happening in Mahayan tradition too. So, so you could join it and take a part of that ceremony. Okay. So, okay. Let's start the learning, the sutta. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, Worthy One and fully enlightened One. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you. Thank you, Junior.
Very tough.
Oh, yes. Okay, today we are going to learn Maha Parinibbāna Sutta. This sutta is the longest sutta in the whole Buddhist suttas. Longest one. Maha Parinibbāna Sutta. This sutta belongs to Digha Nikaya. Digha Nikaya is the long discourses, collection of the long discourses of the Buddha. And there are 34 suttas belong to Digha Nikaya. 34. And the three categories. And this sutta belong to the Mahavagga. The first Vagga is the Silakkhanda, and the second Vagga is the second chapter is the Mahavagga, and the third one is the Patika Vagga. And this sutta, Mahaparinibbāna Sutta, belong to Mahavagga. Maha means great. great. This whole sutta in this chapter is the great and long, and the teaching about the whole great things. So, Maha Parinibbāna, Maha means great, Parinibbāna means uh, extinguish, ceasing. Extinguish is ceasing. Nibbāna. Nibbāna means, fire, a ceasing fire, a burning fire, and the cease of the fire. That's the Nibbāna. Not only fire, anything is burning and ceasing. That's the Nibbāna means. And also then this Parinibbāna of the Buddha, the ceasing and disappearing, passing of the Buddha, that's what it literally means, Parinibbāna. In this Parinibbāna Sutta is the explain the Buddha's last days of his passing away, last days, and his last teachings were wonderful, very grateful, most important advice to the monks. Then Buddha giving in his last days to the monks. So this is kind of shocking and kind of emotional. And wonderful sutta. Let's see. Then when this happened, when this sutta begins, when Buddha was living in the Rajagaha, the city of Rajagaha, at the mountain called Gijjakuta mountain, and Buddha was living in the Gijjakuta mountain, Vulture's Peak of mountain, mountain of Vulture's Peak. Then Buddha was living in there. Then the king of Magadha, Ajatasattu is the king of Magadha state. In Buddha's time, there were 16 states. Of whole India was divided to 16 states. It's called Anga, Magadha, Kasi, Kosala, Vajji, Suraseni, Anga, Magadha, Vajji, Kosala. I forget them all. So there's a 16 state in the Buddha's time. India was divided and ruled by many kings. This the biggest state of those days is called Magadha, because Magadha sometimes was combined with Anga, and they invade Anga and was this one state time to time.
Okay.
So then the king Ajatasattu wanted to invade the Vesali, the another state. Vesali. The Vajji is the kings ruled by that state. There were not only one king, there were 7,000 kings ruled by that state. This is called, Buddha's time there was two ways of ruling the countries. One way is the one king, and many states ruled by the one king. But this state, the Vajjis, they are the many kings ruled by the one state, and they all together. And the end of this sutta, Buddha was passed away in another state called Malla state, Vajji Malla. This Malla is also ruled by the many kings.
Hmm.
And then the king of the Magadha wanted to invade the Vajjians' state. Um, Vajji. The state also Vajji, who ruled the king, also called Vajjins, Vajjis. So then the king Ajatasattu, you know Ajatasattu, the king Ajatasattu's history. He killed his father, right? He killed his father. His father was uh, Bimbisar. Bimbisar. His father is Bimbisar, right? He killed his father and put him into jail, right? He put his father into jail. And he tortured his father actually. He tortured his father. And that Ajatasattu followed and respected and get advice from the Devadatta. Devadatta is a Buddhist monk. He's the evil one. He tried to kill Buddha and to become a Buddha. And he advised his friend Ajatasattu, you killed your father and become a king. Don't think he not going to give you kinship and kingdom, and you should kill him. Mm. So then he regret after killing his father. Then he was seeking to kind of peace into his mind. Then he was searching and keep going to many teachers to release his pain of regret about his killing father. He understood he did a bad thing and he made a mistake by killing his father. So then, oh my goodness, go away. Sorry. The Nina, the cat, scratched me. So um, then he became a Buddhist follower later. He became a Buddhist follower. So and then he was supporting and helping Buddha lately, like his father. Uh, so then the king Ajatasattu addressed his major minister, main minister, uh, who's the major general. He's the leader of his all soldiers, right? So he said, okay, uh, I have a plan to invade the Vajjis. So I need kind of advice, and you should go to Buddha and go to Buddha and let him, the king Ajatasattu, bowing his head onto your face, onto your feet, Bante, and he's respecting you and venerating you, and he's asking how you are doing. You feel comfortable, and you healthy, and he asking about um, um, your comfortableness. And also let him, I'm going to invade to Vajis. Then the Vasakara, his name is Vasakara, the main minister, and he went to Buddha, and he went to the Gijjakuta mountain with his vehicles, carts and chariots, armed chariots with his soldiers. He's the main minister. So how far he can go by carts and chariots, and got down, and he start walk onto the monastery, walk onto the monastery, and he met the Buddha, and he bowed down to the Buddha and sat down to one side and said, uh, Parambaso, the king Ajatasattu is bowing to you and respecting, and he asking your healthiness and comfortableness. And so then he let Buddha know what king said, and also said the king has an idea and planning to invade the Vajis. Then Venerable Ananda was in the behind of the Buddha, and then the Buddha asked Ananda, Venerable Ananda, do you know still the Vajis, King Vajis, protecting and keep following the the 7 dhammas called Sapta Aparihaniya Dhamma, 7 factors of unfolding, 7 factors of unfolding. Yes, it's also called 7 factors of declining, not declining. Do you know, Anand, is still the Vajis gather very often, get together often? This is the first undeclined Dhamma. Who follows this rule, and they are never going to fall down, never going to decline, and they keep growing, not fall down. What's the first principle is very often get together, very often get together. Why this fact is very important to the king, to Vajis is so many kings, right? They get together, very often get together. When they meet again and again, and they know what is going on in the country, right? Because they all get together and they discuss about the kingdom, what's going on in the kingdom. And they know anything happened in the kingdom, even in the rural area something happened, and they know because they meet very often. If they don't meet very often and they don't know what's going on in the country, then there may be some bandits, some robbers, and they get together in the forest or some rural areas, and they keep growing and growing, and they become very powerful and powerful, because the king's not doing anything for that to prevent them, because the kings don't know, because they don't meet very often, therefore they don't know what is going on in the country. So the first principle of the growing is meet very often and discuss. Right? Then Ananda said, yes, Bhante. The Vajis still meet very often and get together very often and discuss about the country and the things of the country, the problems of the country, the things of the country, and what they're supposed to do, where they're supposed to develop, where they're supposed to control, where they're supposed to stop someone or something happening, and they always are meeting and they discussing and taking action. Then Buddha said then they keep growing. They're never gonna fall down. And the second principle of never declining someone is, and they harmoniously meet very often. and then harmoniously um, harmoniously departing, harmoniously meeting, and harmoniously taking action, and harmoniously departing, and harmoniously doing the rule in the country. They are very harmonious, peaceful, united. They do not argue each other, and they do not fight each other. They do not um, hate each other, because they are very lovely people and love each other and very peaceful, harmonious, friendly, and they discuss as friendly, and taking action as friendly, and keep ruling the country friendly. So it means harmonious peacefulness of them is the peace of the country. And then Buddha said, when then Ananda said, yes, Bhante, they still peacefully meeting and departing and ruling the country. And they're still united, very united. So Buddha said, therefore, they're not going to declining anymore because of their peacefulness and harmonious. So then the third principle of the then Buddha asked Ananda, the Vajjis is still. Don't make new rules and not break the old rules. And the principle of the Vajjis and traditional principle of the Vajjis, are they still keep following those things? And then Ananda said, yes, Bhante, I have heard. They are still not make new rules, not break old rules, and then keep following old tradition of the Vajjis, the ancestors, their elders, the tradition of the state. Why this is very important? The making new rules and asking people to follow many rules, it's hurting people. If they making new taxes, and they keep doing new taxes again and again and again and again, a lot of taxes. And then all investors, business people, not happy about that, right? There's a lot of taxes, have to pay a lot of tax to the country. So they think, oh, this is not a good country to do business, and they move to another state, and they do their business other countries. When the kings were going to hurt people by doing many taxes, and people not happy about that and try to make action against to the kings. So it's make a lot of trouble in the country. So then it is very important to not make many new rules, and also not breaking the old rules. So, and also they follow the old rules of the traditions in the Vajjis. Then again, the another principle of not declining is they respect to the elders in the country. They respect to the elders in the country, and the honor to the elders, and also they consider we should listen to the elders, and they listening to elders, appreciate the elders, and appreciate their opinions, the elders of the country. people. This is the another important principle, right? Even in America also respecting elders, right? And when they get into a bus, and we can see there's a seat for elder people. Every people respect that, and they give them the seat. And the seat always is empty for them. They don't have trouble about that, this traveling. So that's one way of respecting them and taking care of them, right? They spend their whole life to develop this country and working onto the country, and then the country appreciate their service, and then taking care of them. And then the Buddha said, even this Vajji, um, ask Ananda, Vajji still following that, respecting elders and honoring them and taking care of them, and also listening to them. And then Ananda said, yes, Bhante, I heard that. They still keep following that one. And Buddha said, so then they keep growing, not going to falling down. Just not able to make them, make trouble to them, because they are still keep following that principle. Even this country where the elder people have a discount for whatever they buy, right? Even in this any restaurant or supermall, the malls, that's a good thing. Okay, then and Buddha asking, do you know Ananda is still the Vajji following that principle, and they not forcibly abduct the woman in the country, and forcibly abduct the woman in the country. So the kings, they have all powers. They have the powers, and then, but the Vajjis not hurting a woman in the country and not forcefully taking the countries and live with them. And they don't use the women as they wish and as they want, and but they respect the women in the country, and they take care of the women in the country, and then honoring to them, than forcibly abduct the women in the country. And Ananda said, yes, Bhante, I heard that. Vajji is still following that one, that rule too. And Buddha said, so then they keep growing, not falling down. Then another principle of the not declining, and the Vajjis keep respecting and honoring, offering the shrines in the country, the shrines. It was shrines, temples, churches, temples and churches, and religious monasteries in the country. And Vajji is taking care of those, take good care of those temples and churches and monasteries in the country, old ones, right? That's a good thing, because the people respecting the temples and churches, and they following the religious principles, and they getting learning from those temples and churches and spiritual places, and leading spirituality in the country, morality, right? Morality, and that's very, very important. Not only rules made by the kings and the presidents of the countries cannot control whole country by only rules. And also important, make a progress and develop of the nation, of the country, is the spiritual guidance, spiritual guidance. That's make perfect of nation or country, is spirituality. So then Vajji still keep respecting and taking care of them and building those temples and monasteries, and also protecting the old ones and maintaining them and supporting, helping them. America also supporting the temples and churches, right? Are tax-free something, and they give support in not tax, non-profit, this kind of organizations, tax-free. And they also economically, and they supporting and helping those places, I think. Yeah. So then this spirituality, and also very important, religious teachings, not religious, whatever. So taking and teaching about the morality and spirituality, kindness, forgiveness, patience, generosity, right? Love each other, support each other, help each other, don't hate, don't kill, don't steal. These kind of teachings were important to kind of the development of the country, of nation. So then Vajji still keep respecting and taking care of those temples and monasteries, religious places, and then they keep growing. Not only that, actually, there's manesanti, pujasanti, tesancha dinnapubban, katapubban, dhammikam baling no parihapesanti. And they also building them, maintaining them, supporting and helping them economically and some other way, and to develop them, and especially respect them. So again, and Buddha asked Ananda, does do Vajji still invite the arahants enlightened one into their country, and who is living in the country, and they taking care of them and make them comfortable living in their country? And Ananda said, yes, Bhante. I heard that still the Vajjins invited the arahants into their country, enlightened one into their country, and they taking care of the enlightened one in their country and make them comfortable. It means the famous teachers, spiritual leaders, and they invited the spiritual leaders into their country. And who is living in the spiritual leaders in the country and taking good care of them and make them comfortable living in the country, providing everything to make them comfortable. And Vajjis is still following that one. And Buddha said, then they keep growing. And then Buddha said, Vassakara is the minister, right? Then Buddha said, Vassakara. Once I was living in the Vajji's country, at the temple called Sarandada. When I was living in the Sarandada monastery in the Vajji's country, so I taught them. These teachings I taught them, and they are still following those teachings. They're not able to invade them. They are very united and powerful And then the Vasakara said, yes, Bante. Even one of these principles, if someone following, they keep growing, not falling down, not able to parting, not easy to parting them. But if someone following 7 of these principles, definitely they keep growing, not falling down. Then the Vasakara said, Bante, I'm kind of busy with the country things, so then I have to go. Then Buddha said, you know your time to leave. And then he left. Then Buddha addressed the Ananda. Ananda, invite all monks into the temple. Invite all the monks into the assembly hall. And then Ananda said yes, and he left, and he invited, make the notice, and all monks around the area invited to the assembly hall. And then all monks gathered into the assembly hall, and then Ananda said, went to the Buddha, said, Bante, the monks all have arrived. It's take time, right? Not that the small place, monks live in different area and far in the different places. And then Buddha came to the assembly hall and started to teach monks. You see, Buddha is tired. Buddha don't care about his tiredness. He just only taught to the Vasakara and talked to him. Then he left, and Buddha started to teach monks. And Buddha has never become tired by teaching. You know how many hours he taught in a day? How many hours Buddha taught in his day? Anyone knows that? Hello?
16.
How many hours in a day?
16.
16. Cat, what do you think? 8 hours? Like, like you were? Huh?
Maybe 20 hours?
20 hours?
You have to sleep.
I'd say 24 hours, Bhante.
24 hours? No.
If the Buddha's life is the Dhamma,
Yeah, it is not 24 hours. Actually, the text says, and Buddha keep teaching 22 hours.
422.
Yeah, you said 20.
Yeah.
That's good, actually. Buddha just used 2 hours to sleep. I think sometimes in the daytimes, Buddha sometimes meditating and entering to kind of samadhi. I think he make himself refreshing by attaining to that kind of high samadhi, relaxing by himself. At the daytime, after lunch or evening, sometimes Buddha have himself and relaxing and meditating. Buddha meditating himself. This is better than sleep.
Just a quick thing. When I went to Sikkim right now, I went to this monastery. Like these monks, they meditate for 3 years, 24 hours a day. They are not allowed to lay down. They have to spend 3 years just sitting.
3 years.
Sitting down on a very small area. We are not allowed to see them. That's very private. But they are not allowed to go to bed for 3 years. So they sit down for 3 years. And there is only a single person that interacts with them, to bring little food and stuff like that. But they spend 3 years sitting down.
And they're not eating or drinking something?
No, yes, yeah, they are allowed to have little food and drinks, but they are not allowed to leave their meditation area, like to go to sleep. They don't lay down for 3
Wow,
years,
wow,
only
yeah.
sitting down.
Wow. That's hard.
It's really hard.
That's hard. You know, the one monk in the Buddha's time was meditated without sleeping. Finally, he became blind. Yeah, he didn't sleep. Uh, he became blind. He didn't lie down either. That's a hard.
I thought that was
And also
impossible.
kind of the extreme way anyways is that it's harmful. Extreme way is harmful. Buddha's teaching is a middle way.
Middle,
Follow the middle way. That's easy and also can stay long and then accomplish whatever it is. The extreme way is the one extreme, the not good. Mm. Okay, and Buddha teach 22 hours for a day. Not only humans, even at the deities at night, midnight, Buddha keep teaching to deities, and there are a lot of teachings. There's a collection of teachings to Buddha's teaching to deities. So then after teaching to the Vasakara, and Buddha started to teach monks. That's his kindness, right? His kindness, his compassion. He always want to teach this Dhamma. He walked village to village, town to town, city to city. He didn't stay his whole life at a monastery like we do. Like we are living in like a monastery. He didn't live in the same monastery in whole life. And Buddha walked village to village, town to town, city to city, teach people. And also encourage monks to go and walk in the city. Sarta bhikkhave charikam bahujan hitaya bahujan sukhaya atta hitaya sukhaya deva manusana lokanukampaya. Out of compassion, travel and wander in the villages, on the towns, in the towns and the cities. Don't go two of them together in one way, and each one go each way. Then you can meet many of them and teach many teachings. If you go two of them in one way, then it's better to go someone another way. So then, after Vatsakara's leaving, and Buddha invited monks to come to the assembly hall and start to teach. And this is called Sapta Parihaniya Dhamma, 7 factors of not declining. And then Buddha start to teach these 7 principles to the monks. Monks, bhikkhus, then the bhikkhus should meet very often. The monks supposed to meet very often. Like the Vajis meet often, gathering often. And this is the growth of the bhikkhus, not falling down. The meeting and gathering very often is the fact principle of growing. And also harmoniously meeting and often harmoniously departing and taking action harmoniously is the principle of growing, not declining. And not making new rules and follow the old rules and then the follow the traditions is the another principle of growing. The same thing to teach into the Vajjis. And something different, and then the respect to the elder monks, respecting and honoring, venerating the elders, elder monks, and then they supporting them, helping them, taking care of them, elder monks, and consider and think we should listen to them, take advice from them, from the elders is another principle of growing. And this is different from the Vajjis, and Buddha said, whatever craving arise, that craving is keep continuation in the samsara, and they're not going to possessed by that craving, and they not let that craving to control and overcome them, and they control the craving. Right? The Buddha's teaching to the monks. The same principle to the taught to the Vajjis, but this one is different. And this one didn't teach the Vajjis. And to the monks, Buddha said, and this is the principle you should follow. Don't let craving overcome you. Don't let craving control you. You should control craving, desire, attachment. So this is another principle of growing. And also, and you should desiring living in the resolute places, in the forest, in the monasteries, in the forest. And you should accept living in the monasteries always, spending in the resolute places is good to monks. Because now bothering for their practice, living in the forest, it is helping, keep increasing practice, no much botherings. So it's very good to spiritual practice living in the forest. And until monks desiring living in the forest is another growing principle. And they invited monks, the enlightened ones, into the monastery, who is living in the monastery and taking care of them and make them comfortable. Another principle of the growing. And Buddha says until the monks following these principles, and they keep grow. If they're not following this principle, and they may falling down. So this is the one set of 7 principles. And Buddha teach here 7 principles, 7 sets of 7 principles. What does that mean? 7 of 7. 7 multiplies 7. And then that's the 1 of 7 set. And Buddha teach another 7 set, another 7 set, another 7 set. And all 7 sets not declining principles. It's 12 o'clock now, and we're going to stop this. Now we learn 7 sets. 1 7 principle to the Vajjis and another 7 principle to the monk. And there are another 5 sets, and we're going to learn next week. And we're going to continue learning of this Maha Parinibbāna Sutta and stay in touch. And then this is the wonderful, amazing teaching and shocking and emotional, and Buddha's last days and last teachings were important things. to learn, and then join next week to continue learning the Parinibbāna Sutta. So before we end, if you have any question, and let me know. Or if you have any idea about these things.
Bhante, I have a question about, hold on a second, let me get my, okay, here we go. I have a question about the principle of not craving future lives, which is a very interesting one. I've thought about this a lot. It always seems as though we are told as lay people to, for example, keep the precepts, and if we keep the precepts, then we will be born in the Deva realms. So we hear that very often, and we see it very often. But here, for the monks are being told, don't crave, don't grasp for, don't cling to the idea of a future life. So I find that very interesting.
Yeah, I think that's why Buddha didn't teach this one to the Vajjis, but to the monks.
Mm-hmm. But I think it's a good one for us too.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Yes.
Many of the precepts, many of the teachings for monks can also apply to lay people, depending. And I think it's important not to maintain a really sharp distinction between monks and lay people in terms of the teaching. Sometimes we have a very sharp distinction, a line, but I think that's not necessarily such a good thing. So.
Yeah. So, okay, any Kilaya, what do you think? That's principles, so actually this is wonderful 7 sets we're going to learn next week. That we can see Buddha's compassion towards monks was how much was. That's amazing.
I see here, for example, also that the Buddha told the monks to keep all the precepts and not add any new ones. But later in this sutta, we're going to read that the Buddha said that we could eliminate some of the minor precepts as they don't necessarily apply to us at this time. So that's I think that's interesting too.
Yeah. Yes. That means Buddha accept some changes according to the time.
Right.
According to the where some rules of the Buddha is not to everywhere. According to the area, according to the country, different rules. And Buddha was very flexible, flexible. And also he understands the changing, right, impermanent things. So then we have to change.
This is true. Maha thought otherwise, right? He thought something else. Anyway, it's a very powerful sutta.
That's the problem. The monks wasn't agree, and they did not come to a certain agreement, and they had different opinions about that rules. What are the rules we should give up and continue taking? Then nobody they have a different idea and opinions. Then the Mahakashyapa decided, okay, just keep following everything, not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
custom. Yeah.
Yeah. Ramses Solano, what do you think? You have been here before, right?
Hi, Bante, it's me. It's Johanna.
Oh,
Come on up.
it,
Yeah.
it is you. You come from different names.
My
Oh,
son, I think that he used his Zoom for
Okay,
his class.
okay. Okay.
okay.
So, what do you think, Archana? You have any idea to share with us? And the Rosanna, you anyone? Louis, say something. You made it. Okay.
I was thinking that even seeking and desiring enlightenment is a form of craving as well. It's just a different type of craving or attachment to enlightenment or to nirvana or to end the suffering. It's a seeking. So it's all, I don't know, is there any escape from, from clutching after things?
Mhm. That's a good principle to everyone actually, not only monks. The strong craving becoming or continuation or to desiring strongly badly to have something. So that's make trouble and kill your peace. So
Even seeking enlightenment is a form of craving.
um, actually that's different.
Oh, how so?
That's desiring for enlightenment is different. I think it's desiring. That's a craving to kill the craving. I don't know what is that. Veronica, what do you think? Okay,
Um,
Archana. Mm.
um, I was just thinking that maybe you don't want to be in the extreme. That's what I'm assuming that's what that meant. Like because no one stops having cravings. I'm assuming that everyone has some cravings of something or some goals, but as long as it's not an extreme, then I think that's what it's trying to say.
The craving and desires. So if you're looking for the enlightenment, and then you have to give up the craving. Mm. Okay,
So
Junior.
Svante.
Yeah, but
Oh.
what happened is as you progress in the path, uh, some, how should I say, some things that are not beneficial, they start falling off by themselves as you progress in the path.
Mm.
So you don't have to worry so much about those things because they eventually, you see that there are like 4 stages to enlightenment, and as you go from one stage to another, some factors, they just drop by themselves, as you advance on the path. So craving eventually will fall by itself.
Mm. Oh yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Will come
Okay.
back unless he lost their
Yeah.
hearing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let me transfer merits to the departed one and to the ghost and to the
You
deities.
need to put your sound on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
Unmute
Okay.
Svante.
Yeah, sorry.
Unmute.
Yeah, surely. Yeah, I'm going to do that.
There.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah. Yeah, sorry about that. So let's make the end of the session today, and we're going to continue learning next week and start the 10 a.m. to meditation. So to transfer merits to share the merits with departed one and ghost and deities. May they all share these merits, and they all have a happy, good destination. And by the power of these merits and blessings of the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, and you may live happily, peacefully, without any afflictions, and keep growing with spirituality and awakening, and maybe or be able to attain to enlightenment. Akasattha Chibummattha Deva Naga Mahiddhika Puññantang anumoditva cirang rakkantu sāsanang cirang rakkantu desanang cirang rakkantu mang parang sabbhitiyo vivajjantu sabbarogo vinassatu māte bhavatvantarāyo sukhi dīgāyuko bhava Bhavatu sabba mangalang rakkantu sabba devata sabba buddhanubhavena sabba dhammanubhavena sabba sanghanubhavena sada sotti bhavantu te sadhu sadhu sadhu.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can I come up to the temple to visit on Wednesday?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'll come Wednesday.
Okay. Okay. Are you able to come, or do you want me to come to you?
No, I can do it.
Okay. Okay. See you then next
Oh.
Wednesday.
Okay. Everybody, thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you, everyone.